What's up, everybody? This is Deuces, and you are watching The Jersey Effect. Video games have evolved so much since the days of the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Sony PlayStation 1, and the Nintendo 64. Between the graphical evolution, the introduction to online multiplayer, and the ability to download and install games anytime you want, there should be absolutely no reason to yearn for the days of video game past. Well, I'm Deuces from The Jersey Effect to bring you the 5 things that I miss about retro gaming. Number 5. Getting a complete game with a single purchase. Back in the 90s, when you wanted a game, you went to a store like a Funko Land, an EB Games, a Babbage's, or the one that killed them all, GameStop. You walked in with $50 in your pocket and you bought a game. You went home, put your gaming cartridge or disc in your console, and you played the game until you finished it. You may have liked it, you may have not, but it was right there in front of you, the whole game. Besides the occasional expansion pack, most games were given to you in one complete package. No DLC, no paywall keeping you from playing parts of the game that should have been included to begin with. Just simple games that you could pick up and play until you completed them. Number 4, memory cards. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I was always that nerd who carried his memory card with him in his backpack at all times. I mean, you never knew when you might have needed it. Oh, Billy, you want to see how I'm doing in Final Fantasy VII? Well, lucky for you, I have my memory card right here. To which I would whip out my old 8 megabyte PlayStation memory card that weighed more than my pencil case, and I would show Billy that I had just defeated the badass Sephiroth. Regardless, I love being able to just save a game from my console, pull the memory card out, bring it over to a friend's house, and play my save games over there. It was fantastic. There was no need for profile sharing, cloud downloading, or anything of that nature. It was simple, easy, and I loved it. Number 3, getting all my gaming news, demos, cheat codes, and walkthroughs from subscription magazines. Back before the internet was filled with 100 plus gaming news outlets giving away cheat codes like they were Snickers bars during Halloween, we gamers got our news from these subscription magazines like Game Informer and Nintendo Power. And it was fantastic. I mean, every month I look forward to getting these magazines. I look forward to getting them because they contained my main source of information for upcoming games, tips, and cheat codes, and stuff that helped me get through games that I was having trouble with at the time. They had cheat codes that made your opponent's heads bigger, or smaller, or any size in between. It was great. I think the reason these magazines were so precious to me was because they were few and far between. I had to wait every month to get a new edition. I didn't have a chance to see 100 opinions of one game. I got one perspective, and I had to live with it. Sometimes too much information can definitely be a bad thing. Number 2, arcades. Although most of us gamers are looked at as pasty-faced nerds with an aversion to sunlight, the one place I always loved to go was the arcade, regardless of the level of UV light. Taking a trip to the arcade with nothing but my fanny pack filled with sunscreen and a bag filled with quarters was always a fantastic experience. There were so many games that I could stand awkwardly next to and pour my entire allowance into in one evening that my little brain just couldn't comprehend it. I loved playing games like X-Men with my friends, scrolling sideways with my homie Wolverine, destroying waves and waves of enemies until I either spent all of my allowance that I was supposed to save for lunch or complete the game. I mean, it was that simple. There was something so special about that experience, being surrounded by these hulking machines that had my favorite games attached to them that will always hold a very, very special place in my heart. The one thing I miss most about retro gaming is couch multiplayer. I mean, the best thing about couch multiplayer was being in the same room with friends, sitting on the same couch, viewing the same screen, and battling it out in whatever game we had at the time. Whether it was gunning each other down in GoldenEye, cramming bananas down each other's throats in Mario Kart 64, or screeching at the top of our lungs as we battled it out in an intense 7-man stock match in Super Smash Bros. There was something so special about playing these games together in the same room, laughing together, and screaming at each other that just will never be able to be replaced by online multiplayer. Game developers go out of their way today to keep you from playing split screen sitting on the same couch, with games like Halo 5 forcing you to play co-op online and getting rid of split screen altogether. The future of couch co-op just seems very bleak, and it seems that it's going to be in the past forever. Now, these are just some experience that got me into video games in the first place, and although you can still pick up your N64 and play with friends, it is much less likely to happen now than it did back then. And as a 90s gamer, these were just a few things that I could think of that I really miss about retro gaming. So if you guys like this video, please hit that like button. If you disliked it, please hit that thumbs down button. If you guys have anything else that you may have missed about your childhood, 90s, 80s retro gaming that you love, leave it down in the comments section below. Also, consider subscribing for more videos like this coming in the near future. I plan on releasing things on a more structured schedule as I go forward, and I hope you guys will continue to watch and see how as I progress this channel. So, for the Jersey Effect, this is Deuces. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna say it. Deuces.